Yes, good evening, everyone. So we should wait for, I think, few minutes and then we'll start the next topic, that is targeting and positioning, and that will cover up in today's class. Okay. So segmentation, I think we have completed in the last class. Okay, waiting for everyone to join, I think. Okay. Yes, so I think segmentation we have already covered up. Okay. Waiting for 5 minutes, I think 6:05 sharp, we'll start the class. Okay. Yes, good evening, Ayushi. I hope so I'm clearly audible.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening. So waiting for, I think, 5 minutes. It's already 6 right now. Okay. And then we'll start the session.
Okay, sir.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. How are you, Anuj? I think everything is good.
Yes, sir. All family members and me, totally is good.
Okay, okay. That's great to hear, sir, actually.
But as per the city and Noida, situation is very bad.
Yes, sir. Not in Noida, actually. The situation is worse, actually, in the country right now.
Only dependency on the God, not a man.
It's all about the Almighty, those who help, I think, to the people of the country. It's all about the God, actually, Almighty.
Only God, depending on the God.
Yes, yes, sir.
Because you see nowadays, this is the crisis not for the human, this is a God crisis.
Definitely, definitely, sir. Definitely.
Because beyond the limit of the God. Man. Hello?
Because even now the situation is uncontrollable for government, actually.
Okay, sir, but this is the only the some reasons. But anyhow, this is the crisis by the God and beyond the limit of the man.
Definitely. Beyond the limit of science as well, I think we can say.
Because you see lot of people having a lot of money, but not prevent the life.
Very good.
This is the crisis by the God.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, yes. Good evening. Good evening, Shabana.
Okay, sir. Now I pray to God. Everything is going all right in the future also. I think so.
Definitely, definitely, sir. Hope for the best. Stay positive. I think it's very, very important.
Day by day up to, I think up to 15, maybe is the peak up to 15. 15 of the May.
Definitely, definitely, sir.
After that, I think some below down.
Definitely, the mid of May is, I think, the main time. Mid of May or May, we can say. I think so.
Because on that time, May is a temperature is gone high, maybe. And that time is slightly is gone down.
Yes, yes, yes. Definitely.
This is the scientific reason. Or
yes.
no, I think so. I think so. In near week, maybe the lockdown is 1 week or maybe.
No, actually, like they have extended in MP, they have extended till 10th of May. Yes, they have already extended.
Okay, sir.
Okay, I think yes, sir. I think we should start now. Okay.
Okay.
So I think in the last class, students, we have discussed segmentation part. We have also covered up one case study more of positioning, actually, which is of HSBC Bank. And one case study we'll also cover it today, that is of BMW. Okay, but first of all, we'll complete targeting and positioning part. Okay. So I think this is the all slides we have covered up regarding types of segmentation and consumer attitude, loyalty status, effective segmentation, and the basis for segmentation of B2B markets. Okay, that what we have done in the last classes. Okay, now I think as I already started and discussed with you regarding the concept of STP strategy, that is called segmentation, targeting and evaluation, and positioning strategy. This is the, you could say, after 4 P's of marketing, the STP strategies are the major contribution or the major, you could say, parameters which each and every company always look after, and they actually design, they actually plan their future course of action accordingly. Okay, now the first point which comes under, you could say, target market. First of all, what is target market? You could say in the segmentation, definitely all the population you cannot target, or all the population may not be attracted towards the company's product. Definitely you need to create that, you could say, that star, that feather into your product, or you need to create the USP of the company or company's product so that the customer may be attracted towards the company's offering. Okay, so targeting or target market basically is all about the attractiveness and the requirement of a particular segment, and you need to fulfill, or you need to try to fulfill, I think better to say, about the requirement and their expectation from the company's side. Okay, that is basically is all about the target market. Now, it is not possible for a company to target all the segments. Okay, because for a company, definitely they have limited range of product, limited product line, they have limited product depth they have. According to that, it is only possible for the company to actually work on the quality quotient, rather to go for, you could say, or you could rather to touch the different dimension, even which they even cannot manage, or it is difficult for the company to manage all those important parameters. Okay, so targeting basically is all about evaluating each and every segment, try to focus on those, you could say, sub-segment or the particular component which may be your ultimate target, which may be your potential target for your product and services. Now, the target marketing criteria. Okay, how the segmentation and the targeting a particular set of people or set of customer may have a, we could say, particular criteria, or may have a particular, you could say, dimension or parameters with the help of which we can target the market. The first part is called measurable. Okay, I think this part I have already explained you in the last class. This is the part actually we're talking right now, but in the context of targeting this time. Okay, now as you know that when we discuss about measurable, because whenever we are targeting a particular customer base or a potential customer, or you could say prospective customer, we always need to understand about some quantifiable parameters. Okay, or you could say numerical parameters, parameters based on facts and figures. Okay, these parameters may be age group, maybe income level, or we can say maybe purchasing power. Okay, or any other characteristics which we can evaluate, which we can measure, which we can identify on the basis of numbers. That is called the measurable. Okay, like as I told you, I think when we were talking about the marketing research, I think I told you that how we can actually converting the emotions, the subjective parameters into in the form of numbers, so that we can evaluate, we can measure, we can compare. That is called measurable. Any other example, please, from your side? If you will talk about the quantifiable data, age, income, height, weight. Hanji, please. Measurable. Yes. Like when we talk about, you could say, yes, please. Diljit, yes.
So all the measurable components like salary, age, geographical, like pin code location can also matter at times for, targeting audience,
Yes.
potential patterns in terms of spending capacity,
Frequency of users, we can also cover
frequency
up.
of usage. Yes.
Very good, very good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay. Second point, which comes under, you could say, is, effective segmentation or targeting criteria, which is called substantial. Okay. Substantial means whenever a particular set of people or set of customer or a segment that the company is targeting out, the important thing is that these customer base must provide the sufficient or expected return to the company. Okay, for example, like if the company is planning to launch a new vehicle or new product, the company will definitely launch any product by keeping in consideration all different parameters which may be required for the company to launch, and according to that, the company is expecting some profit or expecting some return out of it. Okay, because according to that only company may actually design their strategies. Okay, substantial basically is all about whenever the company is basically targeting a particular customer base, those customer base must have to provide the sufficient or expected return to the company regarding the product or the services which the company is, you could say, providing to the customer base. That is called substantial. Substantial means profitable. Next one we have accessible. Okay, accessible is all about basically the customer may reach to the retail outlet, may reach to the, you could say, services of the company very easily, whether it's an online, offline, telecommunication, or sorry, you could say conferencing, or whatever mode through which the services must be promptly delivered or promptly accessible by the potential customer or target customer with an ease. Okay, there should not be any technical difficulty. There should not be any difficulty when it's come to reach to the companies or reach to the company's outlet. That is basically the part of your accessible. Like we already, we know about the certain products, like we talk about insurance, we talk about water purifier, we talk about, you could say, pest control team. There are so many examples which we can cover up, because these services, for providing these services, better to say, I think, you need to approach to the customer. I mean, the customers must have to be, you could say, accessible with all those services. We talk about Urban Clap. Okay, how Urban Clap is basically targeting a particular set of customer, like in this time the lockdown is there, still the Urban Clap services are, you could say, essential services, and it is being allowed by the government. Okay, so in that case, these services basically are accessible. And to whom they are targeting? Definitely they are targeting youth for their grooming, for their, you could say, for their touch-ups, or for their, you could say, beautification. It's very important part. And they are targeting, definitely they are targeting in a right manner. They have measured the particular part, they are generating profit, and these customers are accessible as well, because they know how to use technology, how to use the products or services of the Urban Clap. Clear, I think so.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Next part is called differentiable. Okay, differentiable means once we have multiple suppliers or multiple companies, those who are offering same category of services, whether the company is basically able to differentiate in their offering. And on the basis of differentiation only, we may select one and reject another. Okay, so on what grounds, on what parameters, you always differentiate the product and services of two companies, and according to that, you may select that which particular option is better for me when it's come to receiving or entering the services. Okay, and the last part we have, that is called actionable. Okay, actionable is all about the continuous attraction, catchy, attractive. Okay, up to what extent, or what is the longevity of the company, so that the customer may retain with the company for a longer period of time when it's come to their product and services. That is called actionable. Clear, I think, everyone? Examples are also clear?
Yes.
Shall we move, I think, to the next part then?
So just the actionable part, is it going to be something which is compulsory actions, or let's say the government rules and regulations which
Mhm.
makes compulsion on certain things like petrol or petrochemical items.
Mhm.
So they are actionable, which are compulsory by nature.
Uh,
Will that be a example of it? Or
no. Actually, actionable in the context of marketing, if we talk about, it is all about up to what extent the company would be lively and demanded by the customer, or company's product would be lively or demanded by the customers. Actionable means catchy, attractive. Okay, like for example, Urban Clap is providing you. I think you remember about Urban Clap has rebranded themselves. Okay, it was previously, I think, the different branding. I think they have some Urban. I think the name of the Urban only, but the branding was very different actually of Urban Clap. Okay, so what exactly happening right now? The services which the Urban Clap is providing, up to what extent the services would be catchy and attractive for the customer. It is called actionable. And in order to survive in the market for long run, definitely you need to come up with some new innovations, some new ideas, some you could say new conceptual parameters which may retain the customer to switch.
right, so let's say example, the Urban Clap offers a all of a sudden discount of,
Hmm.
let's say, 75%, which
Hmm.
makes customer actionable program to buy instant gratification
Hmm.
for that
Hmm.
purchase.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I think that can be a part of example.
Definitely, yes, definitely.
Right.
Like talk about the KFC. The KFC, like once you download the application, they are providing 50 rupees discount on the first 3 orders.
True, and that makes it exciting for them to make
Yes,
it actionable. True,
yes,
sir. Got it.
definitely. Okay.
Got it, sir. Right. Thank you.
Yes. For example, like recently you talk about the government application that is Umang. Okay, you might have heard about that. Umang, when it was launched by the government, there are very less features available on that application. But once you will download that app, actually, you will find almost all the services, all the major services which the government is providing on a single application. Okay, so that is somehow which is actionable, because otherwise that application of Umang, which might be no longer, you could say, downloaded, or you could say accessible by the customers
True,
or
sir.
by
Got it.
the citizens. Okay,
Got it,
because
sir.
you need to upgrade that. Like I think one more example I'll give you about action label. Like recently you see the various application of banking. Okay, like Bank of Baroda come up with the good application, ICICI, HDFC Bank. They are continuously focusing on upgradation of their service or interface of their application, interface of their websites. Why? Because they just want to attract the customer on daily basis. Like you see the changes or the upgradation comes in the app, comes in the iOS, comes in the operating system, comes in the WhatsApp, Instagram. Otherwise, if you won't change, if you won't, you could say, make your product attractive, if you are not making any, you could say, considerable changes, customer definitely will get bored and they will switch to different brand.
Got it, sir. Thank you.
Okay. I hope so. Examples are sufficient. Okay.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is. Thank you.
Now, next part. Evaluating market segmentation. Okay. Now, definitely, it's very simple topic. Whenever we are evaluating, because why we are discussing this evaluation, because we are talking about targeting part. Okay. The first point is segment size and growth potential. Segment size means the potential customers and the number of customers, those who are available in that locality or in that country or in that region or in that state. That is called segment size. Growth potential means up to what extent my company may grow if I'm launching any new variant, if I'm launching any new product. Like you talk about Tesla. Tesla recently come to India. Citron recently come to India. Now, these companies having certain focus on segment size based on the income, based on the age group, based on the locality, based on the ethnicity, whatsoever it could be. And why they are choosing Indian market? Because they know that the growth potential is extremely exponential when it comes to purchasing power, or the trend and the consumption and the rate of consumption is very, very, very high when we come to selecting India as a target market. That is called segment size and growth potential, which includes your sales, profitability, and growth rates. Clear, I think, everyone? like MG, Morris Garage, how you can see that the progress of that company since last 2 to 3 years. Apple, I think everyone knows about the history of Apple. Okay. We talk about O General, we talk about Mitsubishi, how these companies are basically targeting Indian market. Yes, students, I think clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Second point which comes under, that is segment structural attractiveness. I think if you remember, I have already explained you Porter 5 forces model. Okay. Segment structural attractiveness, it's what I have already explained you. In order to keep yourself catchy, lively, you could say prominent, prompt, we can say when it's come to customer services. Like you talk about Kent, how the Kent is basically still surviving, even though there's a huge competition from other brands right nowadays. Segment structural attractiveness, because Kent always knows that not only from the basic water purifier, we need to come up with different variants and different, you could say, options of purchasing to the customer. When we come to copper plate, when we come to alkaline water, when it comes to so many range of things the Kent has launched. Apart from that, they have also actually increased their product line. They come up with the water air purifier. They come up with the vegetable cleaner. I think one more recent product I think they have launched. I didn't remember. So that is again you can say segment structural attractiveness of Kent I'm talking right now. Why it is required? Why it is important? Because of the competition, the substitutes available, buyer supplier power. Because if you remember, I think Porter 5 forces model I discussed with you. The 5 major parameters with the help of which the company may stay or may, you could say, become attractive for a longer period of time. So they have to come up with the changes. Parle-G, very best example. How the Parle-G declined, I think, suddenly 5 to 6 years back because of the new variants or new brands available in the market in the biscuits range. And now you can see the Parle-G's growth. They are like exponentially increasing their product line, like anything. Dairy Milk. How Dairy Milk, the traditional Dairy Milk, and now you can see the variants of Dairy Milk. I hope so we are clear with the second point. Examples are also clear.
Yes, sir.
I'll ask the example piece with everyone, okay? First and second point as well. Now, last one is very simple. Company's objective and resources, okay? The company must have to focus on their vision, their mission, why they exist, what are their, you could say, future goal, future course of action, their future plans, everything can come under last point, okay? Any example from your side regarding first 2 points, please? Yes, students. I think example from the first two. Just give me a minute. Actually, there is very disturbance is going on. Just a minute, please. So just a minute, please. Like it's a continuous siren actually going on. It's very disturbing for me. Yes, I think students, yes. First 2 points, please. The examples, please, now from your side regarding segment size and growth potential. And second one, how companies basically surviving by coming up with different innovations and different ideas. I think, am I clearly audible now? I think.
Yes.
Yes, please. Thank you. Sorry for the disturbance, I think. Yes, please. First and second point, please.
I think so. The evaluating a market, let's say when you have a product, being an example of let's say a palm top or a laptop company. Of course, keeping in mind with 5 Porter strategies, like how many, what are the competition, what are the potential new, uh, brands available, what are the supplier potential logistic wise. So keeping all that factor in mind, I think to have a segment to find out whether a new brand of laptop will be sustainable in this particular market, yes or no. If yes, let's say Asus. Asus is a brand which is struggling in India. Also, they're coming up with interesting model and designs so that they can compete. They can give a better leverage in terms of model design and user aspect to it. Of course, there's been a premium brand which is like Apple, Dell, HP, and other brands, which are the major competition. But Asus, they are coming up with some gaming laptops, some real high-end, faster processors and XYZ factors. These components are making consumers to go buy and have an inclination to review the product and compare these product with existing premium brands, which are existing, the market leaders, which are Apple and Dell, and then finding out whether that's a particular new brand of entrant can be absorbed in the markets, and what can be the growth rate. Now, since India is growing and every household, individual, working professional, students in fact now has started buying laptops, so giving students, like say anybody who's from now, everybody's doing a work from home and study from home, so working something out for children's, which is perhaps easier for them to read, study, also does not really impact on their eyes, which makes also one factor to buy those ISUs laptops. Plus, there's a parental control so that parents can control the devices as per their choices. Will have market inclination to buy Asus laptops versus any other, let's say, laptop companies. So that can be a potential, segment size and growth potential we can look at when launching and dividing or finding out market segment for this particular new entrant of plant.
Yes, absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. Like, believe like since this pandemic happens, the demand for the IT products has drastically increased. Not only IT product, but the furniture and the associated, you could say, accessories, which is required to actually set up a office in home. I think that is drastically increased. Okay, somehow from that point onwards, like even like there is no actually you could say hidden truth regarding the growth of pharmaceuticals or growth of the hygiene product which the people are using. You can see that the even like when we talk about this particular pandemic and how long this pandemic will definitely impact the global scenario or the global brands. Okay, you can see that there are certain sectors which are booming like anything. Okay, so somehow when we talk about structural attractiveness or when we talk about, you could say, segment size or growth potential, it totally depends on the changing economic condition or changing, you could say, condition of the global market. And according to that, the company may have to design their strategy, company may have to come up their plans, and they need to execute it according to the foresightedness, or you could say think tank of the company, how they are. And that's the basic difference between the big brand and the small brand, or you could say the successful brand and the unsuccessful brands. The how the companies are well prepared, they are well proactive, they are, you could say, foresight, they have a foresighted approach in terms of planning their strategies. So that is a very basic 2 point which may cover like the example which you have quoted as well regarding the laptops and other gadgets if you're talking right now, how actively and drastically or exponentially, better to say, I think these sectors are evolving. Okay, I think any other examples, I think, please we can quote, else I think we should move to the next slide. I think this Porter 5 forces we have already covered up in the last classes. Okay, so I'm not going to discuss this one. This is also we are done in the first slide, first unit, I think so. Yes, student, I think we are done with this.
Yes, sir.
Yes. This is also done or not? Level of segmentation?
No, sir.
No, fine. So now let's start with this level of segmentation now. And as you can see that we are discussing about this level of segmentation from the perspective of two major ends. Okay. The first is called your mass marketing and the opposite is called customization. Okay. It means that when we talk about any product which is generalized in nature, okay, when we talk about sugar, pulses, spices, these are the certain product which required mass marketing efforts with any undifferentiated characteristics or undifferentiated, you could say, companies' policies or companies' mapping when it's come to offering the product and services to the customer. Okay, so very first point we're talking right now, full market coverage. Whenever the product which is being offered by the company without any customization or without any differentiation when we talk about offering these products, that is called your full market coverage. And it is, these strategies are called undifferentiated marketing strategy or mass marketing strategy. Examples are also clear, I think. The basic utility products we talk about, sugar, pulses, spices, soap. We talk about oil, edible oils if we talk about, okay. Is it clear, please, everyone? Undifferentiated marketing, mass marketing, full market coverage. Any other example of full market coverage, undifferentiated marketing? हाँ जी. Please, everyone, anyone? Usually, like the general utility items may come under undifferentiated marketing. Okay. Second point, which comes under that is called multiple segments, or it is called differentiated marketing. Okay. Because whenever we are talking about differentiated marketing, when the company is basically offering the product to serve the need and requirement of particular segment or particular, you could say, group of people. Okay. It is called differentiated marketing. Okay. It means that, like, for example, we talk about Lakme. Okay. How the, not Lakme, I think we go to Philips, I think so. Okay. How Philips is basically concentrating on multiple segments. Like they are actually in the kitchen utensils, or sorry, kitchen appliances. They are in the men's grooming and women's grooming. Okay. The major focus of Philips, if we talk about, is on innovation. And they are always coming up with this particular, you could say, a multiple segment or selective segment. And they have a different strategy, or you could say different category of customers. Clear, I think?
Yes.
Example
Yes,
of
sir.
multiple segment. Any other example from your side, please? Multiple segment.
Godrej.
Godrej.
Yes.
How? Any? Can you please elaborate?
Sir, they have refrigerator and lock and shop and that all.
Okay. Haji.
I think Bajaj is multi-segment, I think so.
Yes, multiple segment they are offering, definitely. When it's come to like Bajaj Finserv, Samsung, Bajaj Electronics, Samsung if you talk about, Sony if you talk about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, can we take Tata in this?
Yes, definitely. Tata will also come in multiple segments. Reliance will also come in multiple segments. Okay. Hanji. Next one we have single segment, please, which is based on concentrated marketing or niche marketing, or these companies are only serving to single segment. Okay. Like we talk about adult diapers. Okay. The company name I didn't remember right now. They are the first one who come up with the adult diapers, and they are only serving to the that category of people only. What was the company name? Just a minute. Let me search. Yes, Friends Adult Diaper. This is the very first company Actually, they come up with the adult diaper concept in India. Okay, then after that, there are so many companies are coming up with that particular product offering. Okay, like you talk about, you could say, what else we can consider in single segments. No, Dettol, I think, won't come. It's in this single segment. Any other example, please, for niche marketing? When we talk about, you could say single segment, the firstcry.com. Again, the firstcry.com will come in single segment because they are only serving the product to that range of, you could say, infants or children. Hemless, single segment. Okay. What else? Example, please, single segment. Rolex watches, I think. That is again one of the example of single segment. Anji?
Pharmaceutical companies also give the single segment, no, sir?
Yes. Single segment they will cover up definitely. If you talk about in the context of product, then how we can actually categorize in single segment? Like Rolex watches, single segment concentration. Yeah, Nike we talk about, they are only in this sports. Like Raymond's, okay, Raymond the Complete Man, they're only offering product for male fraternity or the customer.
Bata is also single segment, sir.
Bata is only in footwears?
Footwears, only footwears.
Okay, then we can consider Bata as well. I think so it is clear, students. Single segment. They are basically covering a part of the marketing, or you could say a particular customer base who are untapped, untouched, unexplored. It is called concentrated marketing. Like there are certain insurance company as well, those who are providing insurance for hair, for nails, for skin, for you could say particular organs, single segment. Or specialized services, specific services in insurance. Okay. Hanji, is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Hanji. The last part which comes, which is called your micro marketing, or it is also called the marketing as per local taste and preference and requirements. Okay. So always remember, whenever a particular company who is only fashionable or famous in a particular locality, a city, or a particular, you could say, state. Like we talk about example of Havemore. Okay. Havemore is basically very, very famous when we talk about Gujarat or Mumbai. Mumbai is again, like Gujarat is the first, you could say, state where the Havemore is basically very, very famous when it's come to their offering to the customers. When we discuss about Top in Town, if you talk about the offering of Top in Town in MP, we got started from Bhopal. Okay. We talk about, you could say that Goli Vada Pav, I think you might have heard, started from Mumbai. Like naturals also start from Mumbai, but now the natural has actually their widespread segmentation, but still they are having single segments only, not individual segment. Okay. You heard about naturals, I think they started from Juhu, I think. Naturals ice cream.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Any other example, please, which comes under micro marketing or marketing as per local taste and individual marketing? One more, MTR, I think. MTR stores. Anyone from Hyderabad? No, I think. No one. Okay. Hanji. So any other example, please, from your side regarding individual segments? That is based on local tastes and preferences. Hanji. Anyone? Like in Punjab, I think if you move, you will find Haveli. So they have a very different, you could say, test, and very different, you could say, customer base. I think Diljit, you are from Punjab. I think you might know about Haveli.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes,
Haveli
yes.
and this place.
And
Uh, Murtal Dhaba.
yeah, Murtal. Yes, yes, I know that. Yes, because I basically belong to Punjab, so I know the cities and their culture and the taste. Yes.
Murthal, so many is restaurant there, just like a Pelwan Dhaba, Sukhdev Dhaba. This is the
Okay.
only the.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. Fine, 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 excellent. So I think, is it clear the level of segmentation from undifferentiated to micro marketing?
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, perfect. Thank you so much. Let's move to the next slide now. That is undifferent. I think we discussed already about this point. Undifferentiated marketing, examples of that as well. Okay. Then differentiate marketing and its examples. Please kindly have a look one by one. I think I've already covered up these points. Hanji, is it clear now? I think first point, undifferentiated marketing and examples. I think we've already covered up in details all these points. Yes, Ron, is it clear? The first point.
Yes, sir.
Second is differentiated segmentation. Okay. So the examples, actually, we have already covered up examples as well. That is about the multiple segment we are targeting or multiple customer base we are targeting, and the companies is offering the product accordingly. Companies mixing their product line accordingly. That is called differentiated or segmented marketing or multiple marketing. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, yes. Next one, we have niche marketing. Okay. Example of ESPN, Star Sports, I think that may be included. Okay. But they are targeting a very specific segment or very untapped, unexplored segment or unexplored, you could say, customers in the market. Okay.
Yes.
Is it clear? Sure. And the last one, we have micro marketing. The taste and the product offering as per the local situation, local market conditions. Okay, students, clear, everyone?
Okay, sir.
So I think now the last topic left for this particular unit, that is called positioning. Taking a break of 10 minutes now, and we'll get back to you 6:40, 6:55 sharp. Okay. Then we'll discuss the last topic now. Positioning.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Thank you so
Okay,
much,
sir.
everyone.
Yeah.
Yes, students, shall we start? Okay. The last topic, that is positioning, okay, for the day.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Ayushi, please.
Sir, as I'm not well, I'm leaving the lecture right now.
Okay, Ayushi, then you go to recorded lecture, okay, later on, okay, on YouTube.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Ayushi, please take care. Please take care. Anji, shall we start, students?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, when we discuss about the last topic under STP, segmentation, targeting, and positioning, we are done with segmentation and targeting. Okay. Now, when we discuss about the positioning part, first of all, we need to understand the basic meaning of position or positioning or value or image in the mind of the customer. Okay. Positioning simply defined as the you could say the image of a particular product, a company, a brand, a service in the mind of the customer. How customer is basically differentiating a particular brand with respect to other, what type of you could say attitude and what type of you could say opinion which the customer do have related to a particular brand, and according to that only the mouth publicity and the mouth marketing can also be initiated. Okay, so positioning in a simple language is nothing but the image of a particular product or services or a brand or a company or even on anything we talk about in the mind of the customer, and according to that brand image only the customer may be actually you could say providing the information to the existing customer, to the potential customer, and according to that the brand or a particular brand may also be you could say famous or my brand value may be declined, depends on the customer review or customer feedbacks. Okay, now the most important part which comes under you could say positioning, as you can see that the last example, to target segment and need, it is called your segmentation. Our brand is concept that create points of differences. Okay, definitely like when we talk about you could say purchasing of Apple product as compared to Samsung or any other brand, because somehow Apple has created some point of differences in the mind of the customer. When we talk about you could say Hyundai having some different point of differences compared to Maruti and other brands if we talk about in India. When we discuss about you could say Dell and HP, people may have differentiated opinion or you could say bifurcated opinion about use of their services. When we talk about you could say any private bank and public bank having some different positioning and different you could say perspective and image in the mind of the customer. How the point of differences has been created by the company. Is it this point of difference is positive or negative? It may be both actually. Okay, and according to that, the brand value, according to that, the brand success is completely, you could say, narrated on the market grounds. Is it clear, please, what is positioning is all about? Everyone, please, kindly confirm. Understood point of difference? That is a major gist of this positioning topic. Hanji, students, please kindly confirm. Am I audible, students? I think.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's clear now. I think what is positioning, the basic part, basic introduction part.
Yes.
Hanji. So now you can see that, as I told you, that whenever we are talking about positioning or the point of differences of one brand with respect to other, there may be certain, you could say, parameters. On the basis of that, we can differentiate a brand with the competitor's brand. Okay, for example, like we will discuss few examples right now, because the means of differentiation, the means of, you could say, bifurcation or comparison, there may be certain points which may be price, which may be quality, which may be product after sales services, which may be, you could say, the company's ethical values, company's employee behavior, distribution center, whatever, ease of access. There are so many points which come under means of differentiation. Now, the important point when it's come to this particular portion of positioning and the means of differentiation, let's take an example of DMart and Big Bazaar, for example. On what ground we can differentiate DMart and Big Bazaar, please? Anyone? Definitely DMart having their own market image, and Big Bazaar having their own market image. DMart is, you could say, most, you could say, recent brand we talk about, or recent emergence in the grocery store, but Big Bazaar already having the presence since a very long period of time when it comes to future growth. Okay. On what grounds we can differentiate the DMart and the Big Bazaar, please? Anyone?
The store locations, the color combinations of the store.
This is, your voice is not clear actually.
Any better, sir?
Yeah, now better.
So the store locations, the color combinations of the store, the upkeep and sanitization and cleanliness of the store, staff uniform, the brands or the commodities which have been placed and kept on the shelves. I think prices are almost similar. I mean, the prices we cannot much.
No, prices are different, sir. Prices are different. Because
okay, so that
we talk about the in-house brand of Big Bazaar and DMart, the prices are the major, you could say, differences between these two parts. I'm talking about the in-house brand, not about standard.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Similarly, second, we talk about the major advantage to the Big Bazaar do have, because it is already a well-established brand. But now the market share and growth is basically, you could say, absorbed by DMart somehow in the upcoming, in the recent year, if we talk about. Okay. And when we talk about, you could say, other differences when it's come to DMart and Big Bazaar, the Big Bazaar having, you could say, maximum reach, and the number of outlets are very, very high as compared to DMart. Okay, that is a difference we can talk about, the reach or the approach, or the you could say the way how the DMart is approaching when it's come to the marketing tactics. Okay. And again, one more thing which is the beneficial to Big Bazaar, it is, you could say, having a very big brand tag behind that about Future Group, as compared to DMart is basically standalone. They are creating their reputation in the market. Clear, I think, everyone? How we can compare, how we can differentiate two brands. Is it clear, everyone? The means of differentiation. Like we again take one more example of Jio and Airtel. How we can differentiate Jio and Airtel when it comes to positioning of these two products in the mind of the customer. When we come to service or coverage, definitely Airtel is far better as compared to Jio. When we come to, you could say, the brand credibility, when it comes to only sector of telecommunication I'm talking right now, okay? The Airtel having upper hand as compared to Jio. When we come to cost, definitely Jio having upper hand as compared to Airtel. Are you getting my point, student, please? Because these particular image of a particular brand or a particular services are differentiated for different individuals. They actually may perceive this as per their own experience, as per their own locality, as per their own, you could say, reflection, which is coming from the society, which is coming from the people where you reside, or from the group which you belongs. According to that, your perception may also vary. I hope so. Am I clear with these examples? Jio and Airtel, DMart and Big Bazaar. We can compare, I think, Hyundai and Maruti Suzuki. We can compare Honda and Honda and the two-wheeler brand. Suzuki, okay? Suzuki Access and Honda Activa. We can definitely compare these two brands having different positioning in the mind of the customer. Are you getting my point, student? Please, I think it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you so much. Yes, yes. Now, as I talked about the different positioning strategy. Positioning means there are certain attributes, like we discussed example of Jio and Airtel. We discussed example of DMart and Big Bazaar. We discussed example of Hyundai and Maruti. We discussed about the Honda and Suzuki. Each and every company is standing or fitted in the mind of the customer with certain, you could say, proposition, certain, you could say, valuation. So when we discuss about this positioning strategy, like we talk about the SBI having different positioning, HDFC having different positioning, Dettol having different positioning, Apple having different positioning. Now, these positioning has been created on certain attributes. Attributes may be price, quality, services, or etc. Anything it could be. Ethical values, okay, we talk about. So there are so many parameters on the basis of that, the positioning of the product may be differentiated. Am I clear, please? The positioning strategies and the points which is mentioned over here.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The next point is brand positioning. Brand positioning is nothing but basically, for example, like Diljit want to purchase, you could say one vehicle actually. He wants to purchase one four-wheeler up to the range of 10 lakh rupees, for example. Okay. Now, definitely Diljit having this multiple options available, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, or whatever it could be, the number of combination. It totally depends on what grounds or what is the evaluation analysis of Diljit when it's come to his wants. Okay. When it's come to his capabilities or needs, when it's come to his action, when it's come to his requirements of the family or requirement of his workplace or the distance which he wants to cover from his office to home. Okay. So the positioning of a particular brand in the mind of the customer, it totally depends how you compare like Maruti with other brand, Hyundai with other brand, Honda with other brands. Definitely each and every individual may purchase certain things, and these comparison always comes on this particular three basic parameters. Like I want to purchase a mobile phone. I purchase Samsung. Why not Apple? Definitely I have certain grounds to clarify that. I want to purchase one house, whether it's a 2 BHK or 3 BHK, from which group of builder which I want to purchase, I'll compare the builders. Okay. Is it clear, everyone? Brand positioning. The image of the brand in the mind of the customer.
Okay, sir.
Perfect. Now, when we discuss about this, you could say the differences of the positioning or difference of the image of the mind of the customer. There are two things on which we compare and we differentiate. That is called POP, that is called POD. Points of parity and points of differences. What is points of parity? Like for example, Diljit want to purchase one vehicle and he's comparing between Maruti, Suzuki, you could say Baleno and Hyundai i20. For example, let's suppose Hyundai Venue and Sonet, Kia Sonet. Okay, there would be some point of parity between these two brands when it's come to mileage, when it's come to maintenance, when it's come to prices. But there should be some point which is POD as well, point of difference between these two brands. So always remember, whenever we are comparing, whenever we are evaluating, whenever we are talking about any brand or any, you could say, particular product, and when we are comparing it, there are, you could say, certain POP and certain POD in that. Understood what is POP and POD? Hanji. Clear, I think, everyone? What is POP and what is POD? The attribute benefit which are similar, attribute benefit which are differentiated. Clear, I think, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Now, positioning errors. Okay. What is positioning error? First of all, we need to understand. You know that in the market, there are certain brands which is very over costly, irrespective of the quality which the company is providing. There are certain brands which is very qualitative, but the price is basically very, you could say, underpricing or because of the brand is not recognized, or brand is not famous in the market. So whenever we talk about the image of a particular product in the mind of the customer, there may be 4 types of positioning we might have: under, over, confused, and doubtful. Okay, first is called under positioning. For example, a particular brand, if I'm talking like, for example, if I'm using, let's suppose like example of Diljit, which we are discussing about Asus, okay, or particularly you could say brand of laptop, okay. If we compare, or if we will talk about, you could say n number of, you could say user, they will always refer Dell, they will always refer HP, or they will always go for, you could say Lenovo, or not Lenovo, they'll always go for, you could say MacBooks or Apple. But the features and the value and the benefit is the brand is providing, that is called under positioning for Asus and for other related brands. Am I clear? I think under positioning, because the prices are basically less, but the quality is basically superior or more, or maybe equal to the well-known brands in the market. Clear, I think, everyone? Under positioning.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. Over positioning, like usually people say about Apple products, it's very, very costly, not cost effective, not cost associated with the benefit, with the, or you could the features with the Apple is providing. We talk about Hyundai. The comparison with the other brand, Hyundai is very costly as compared to other vehicle segments. Okay. When we talk about even, you could say other cosmetic product, we talk about, you could say Body Shop, we talk about Mamaearth, we talk about Amway, having very high prices as compared to the might be other product may be available in the market at the lower prices with the same feature, with the same benefits. Clear, I think? Hanji, over positioning. Clear?
Yes.
Next one is confused positioning. What is confused positioning? Like, for example, like being a customer, if I am approaching DMart every month for my grocery, I always purchase Maggi from there. If I found Nestle, I'll definitely purchase it. If not, I may choose Top Ramen, I may choose any other brand. It is called confused positioning, because the position or the image of a particular brand in the mind of the customer is not assured, is not fixed. It is called confused positioning. It is called frequent repositioning of a particular product in the mind of the customer. Like, for example, if I want to purchase spices, I always go for MDH. But if the MDH is not available, I may go for any other brand as well. That is called confused positioning. Doubtful positioning. Doubtful is basically the negative image or negative quotient in the mind of the customer. Okay, for example, Nestle, when the issue raised in Nestle regarding that lead content, the people, not all people actually, not all the customer base, they might be reluctant to purchase that until unless the clarity is not there from the Nestle brand. Okay, there are so many examples when we come to doubtful positioning as well. Any negative image in the mind of the customer, or any negative quotient in the mind of the customer when they're talking about any product or services. Is it clear, please? All type of positioning. Examples are also clear: under, over, confused, doubtful.
Yes, sir.
So confused positioning is like switchers.
Switchers, yes, yes, yes. Means you do not have the fixed, you could say,
Fixed choice brand.
Yeah, or you could say brand loyalty towards the particular product or services. Yes, very good.
Yes.
Clear, I think, everyone? All these 4 points are clear?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So that's all, I think. And one class activity we will actually go for now. That is, I think, yes, first of all, is it clear, please? STP is clear to everyone now. Segmentation, targeting, and positioning. Hanji.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll go for this class activity right now. In this class activity, as you can see that what you have to do, please, you have to submit the answer on my WhatsApp. I think that would be far better. So it's easy for me to evaluate. Okay. What you have to do, you need to choose a company. For example, let's suppose I choose similar, for example, Nestle. Okay. Nestle Maggi. I have chosen that particular brand or company. I have to identify first of all the relevant direct competitors. The Nestle competitor may be Sunfeast, or maybe you could say any other brand available in the market. So who are the direct competitors for that brand? Choose a two dimension that are most important to consumer. Two dimensions means the two parameters. Why I am choosing Nestle Maggi as compared to Sunfeast. Why it is differentiated, how it is differentiated, what are the USP of that brand. Second point, perceptual positioning map. How or what are the different parameters on the basis of that the company is creating a positive image in the mind of the customer. What are that features we are talking right now? What unique in that particular product? And what do you think, is there any opportunity or is there any, you could say, space that the company may improve the product, or how it can be? I just need these answers from your side. Is it clear what exactly we have to do? Choose a brand
Okay,
or
sir.
a company and just give the answers of this four. And I need submission on my WhatsApp, please. Okay, personal, you can just drop me a text. Waiting for
Okay,
10
sir.
minutes, I think that is sufficient.
Okay, sir.
Yes, please. Okay. And I think we are done with STP now.
In last month, are there any opportunity in this category? What you mean, sir?
Opportunity means exploration. What actually your suggestion, if the company want to improve, if the company want to make certain
Improvement.
changes.
Your opinion for the improvement in the company.
Yes. Company
Understood,
or product.
Understood.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Please do it. I think it's 7:15 right now. 7:25, I need submissions at least. 7:30, let's suppose, for example. 15 minutes we are giving for that. And I think from tomorrow, we will start pricing strategy and promotional strategy. Okay. That the last few topics are left, I think. And might be possible, I think this subject may extend to next month, first week, I think so. Because of the, you could say, gap we have in between for 1 week.
Okay, sir.
Okay,
Just now you give the answer this one.
Yes. Please submit it right now. It's hardly take, I think, 10 minutes of time for this exercise. Choose any brand. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hanji. Yes. Ayushi.
So second point, define that why we are only prefer that brand.
Yes.
Right.
Why the customer attracted toward that brand?
Okay, sir.
Yes. Ayushi, please, I think if you are not feeling well, please, you may leave the class, please. Kindly take care of your health. Okay. If you have any query, you can later on, you can drop me a text. Please kindly take care of your health. Okay. It's very, very important.
Yes, sir.
Yes. If you want to
But
say,
not
you can. Yes.
well.
Pardon? Yes, pardon. I think Ayushi.
Nothing, sir.
Okay. Please. If you want to stay, if you're feeling comfortable, you can continue with the class. If not, definitely there is no compulsion to stay in the class. Okay? I will definitely help you out later on.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, what third question mean?
Develop a perceptual positioning mapping. Okay, positioning means how the brand value or brand, you could say, image has been created in the mind of the customer.
Okay, sir.
Sir, can you explain me fourth point?
Yeah, fourth point is basically all about the upgradation or improvement in that. For example, you are talking about the existing product, okay, and how, as per your opinion, the company may actually come up with new variants, company may develop the new product, or company may change certain things in the product to make it more attractive.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Yes, yes, sure.
Hello, sir.
Yes, yes, please tell me.
Sir, sorry, I am.
Yes, Ayushi?
Sir, I am leaving the class because I have to go hospital.
Yes, 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 yes. Please take care. And if you need any help, just give me a message. Okay. Okay,
Yes,
I'll
sir,
help you out.
sure.
Don't worry. No need to worry about classes, please. Take care.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure, sure.
Sir, I have shared on your WhatsApp number from which today's link was shared.
No. That is not my number actually.
Okay.
Okay, my number is. Let me text you.
Sir, can you please dictate your number so that I can send
It's available
that?
on the screen. You can see that.
I'm sorry, I am unable to see that.
Yeah,
Where
99260.
Sorry?
99
99
260
260
290
290
96
96.
96. Okay. Haji, I didn't receive any submission yet. Yes, Vaishali, received.
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You took the Paleji and find, test, and price. Okay. Perfect.
Is it relevant example you are looking for?
Yes. Is it perfect? Yes. Good.
Thank you.
Sure. Snowbar, I'll do that. I cannot add your number. I think I will add in the broadcasting group. Okay. No worries. So Vaishali, is it?
Yes.
Okay. Vaishali, what's her name?
Rathod. Rathod.
Vaishali, and I think I
Vaishali
got
Rathod.
one more response from, I think, Rahul Goswami. So Rahul, I've saved your number now, okay? And I will add you in the broadcasting group, okay? Yes, been done, I think. I received only 2 responses till now. Diljit, yes, I have received now, okay. Fine, Arisha and Indigo, and fine. Okay. Okay, perfect. Mr. Anuj, thank you. Received yours too. Yeah, they've already introduced, I think, Mr. Anuj. They've already come up with the, I think, at least 4 to 5 variants now of Maggie.
Hello.
Yes, please, Mr. Anuj.
Already, because of the tape variant, it is, I think, top ramen is more variant is available in market.
But like when it comes to success rate of variants, like even like you talk about Atta Maggie and normal Maggie, it is very fashionable. But recently you can see that. Yes, recently if you can see that the variants they launch like in terms of that oats Maggie, ragi Maggie, I think they come up with the that concept in the market now. I don't know whether it is fashionable or not, but I tested, I tried, but it is okay for me actually.
But sir, because of the atta noodles and the plain this regular Maggie, but it is introduced with the another's atta, like some variant is coming in the market, sir. Top ramen. Because because of the different, just like some others, I think 2 or 3 variant is coming in top ramen.
Yes, definitely, because top ramen is basically focused more on the Chinese variants, I think so.
That's why, because it is survived nowadays because of the brand of the Nestle.
Definitely, sir. Yes.
If you remove the Nestle, then nobody thinks only a taste is common. Because of taste, it is purchased by the customer and the brand. But you see, you eat the top ramen also. The top ramen is also tasty.
Yes, sir. I see. It's your personal opinion, because positioning is basically individual to individual. Okay.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, Mr. Anuj. Thank you so much. I think everyone. I received only 4 to 5 inputs yet out of at least 10 to 12 I supposed to receive. Okay. So students, tomorrow I think we will continue now, and I'm waiting for the response from everyone. And tomorrow we'll start with the next topic, that is pricing strategy and promotional strategy. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, students. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. You wanted to discuss about a BMW, but then I think we'll park it for the next day.
Pardon?
You said you want to talk about BMW case study.
Yes, sir. Actually, I am thinking to share it, I think, with everyone, because that we'll try to, I think, discuss tomorrow, I think.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Okay.
Right, sir.
I will take from today's topic positioning, and I think then pricing and promotion will take. Okay.
Sure, sir.
Okay, student. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Okay.